Okay, good evening all. My name is Lou. In Spanish, I go by Luis Torres Pardo. And my family is from Bolivia. My mother's side of the family speaks Quechua very fluently. It's the language of the Incas. And my father's side of the family, my father and his parents, the siblings, spoke Aymara. Aymara is somehow believed to be about 2,000 years old. It's hard to date because there's no real record of when all these things took place. But if you've ever seen the History Channel and seen things about Pumapumku or Tiahuanaco, that area, that region, which often shows up on those UFO shows, that region, those people spoke Aymara. And I was impressed by his ability. I know a little, not a lot, but I'm pretty good at the pronunciation, and I sing in the language of Aymara as well as Quechua. So the first song I'd like to do for you is called Ukamampi Munataja. It's in Aymara, and it means my sweet love. She was a sweet little flower. She was the light of my life. She was the prettiest flower, but she left. She's gone. May God bring her back to me someday. playing the charango is something special, especially in my hometown of Cochabamba.
I'm going to meet him anyway, I'm sorry.
And curiously, in my hometown, we live towards the center of town now. We used to live a lot farther away, but the place where my family finally settled in is the heart of the best Bolivian musicians. So much so that when we get together in a small circle and we kind of compete. It's like, hey, what can you do now? You know, let's see what we can do. So this one time, this kind of a curiosity, some of the parents in the neighborhood decided to show off a little bit. So there's one mother in the neighborhood, and it's on the same block. And she puts out a sign outside her house that says, "Here lives the best charango player in the city." Wow, that was pretty bold, right? And the house next to that, the mom saw that, she put out, "Here lives," referring to her son, obviously, "Here lives the best charango player in the country." Well, a couple days later, another sign shows up in another house in the neighborhood, and it says, "Here lives the best charango player in the galaxy." And my mom's so clever. My mom, she said, I went out to look at her sign. It said, "Look no further. Here lives the best charango player in this neighborhood." Try something a little different. Good. I don't need the microphone. There's some dances in Bolivia that are still kind of historical. There's a dance called the tinku. A tinku, translated, the word means encounter. So you would think it's like a battle. It's and historically in this place called in Potosi, the city of Potosi, they would have these encounters, and they were based on harvesting. You had your encounter, and if you won your battle, you were bound to have a great harvest. My group, we wrote a song about this encounter, but it's kind of like the Hatfields and the McCoys. It was battle, two groups. And over there, it's the Limes and the Pampas. These are the two groups that meet for this battle. To this day, they still do it. Now they're more controlled. The police actually get involved and make sure people don't kill each other because it could get pretty brutal. But they still do it. But imagine like the Hatfields and McCoys, there's that one time that there's that secret romance. A young man and young lady from opposite sides of the spectrum. So this song kind of is about a battle and encounter, and it says, but I'm waiting for that day to see you again because they live so far away. The day of the encounter is the only time that they can see each other. So the song is kind of clever and it talks about the battle, but there's also that one moment for them to find love in that battle, during the battle. So I'm going to try to see if I can dance around a little bit during this song.
Very, very good.
Awesome. A little short story. It's kind of like a fable. Bolivia, we have the class of the working class. My family is a family of agriculturists. And the other side of the working class are the miners in Bolivia. Really hard workers, they live in mines. This story is about Huáscar Signani. And I use the surname Signani because it's the original surname for my father's side of the family. By the way, I wanted to dedicate this performance tonight to my father. So here's the story about the miner, Huáscar Signani. One day, Huáscar Signani was a miner. He would chip away at the stones at the base of a mountain, searching for that vein of silver or mine that would give him great fortune. But one day, as he was in the middle of a plaza, he saw this prince come through town. And when the prince came through town, he realized, there's something better for me. there's something greater for me. He asked the spirit of the mountain to grant him a wish to become a prince. And so he goes to sleep. And when he wakes up, he becomes a prince. He now has a reign. And he thoroughly enjoys another level of power. But one day Huascar realizes, as he's walking through his garden, that his flowers have wilted. Such a beautiful garden. They wilted. Why did they wilt? It was the heat. He realized that the sun had greater power than heat. And so he wished from the spirit of the mountain to make him the sun. And his wish was granted. He became the sun. He shined his light across all land. He felt very powerful. But then one day, he realized that it wouldn't last very long because the clouds came in. And the clouds all of a sudden were everywhere. And he looked down and he could no longer see the ground. The clouds had completely covered up. Much like you may have seen yourselves in a plane above the clouds and you can't see the ground. And so he realized that the clouds were more powerful than he was. And he wished to be the clouds. He thoroughly enjoyed that power and brought down rain across all the land. But then one day, one of his greatest storms, he looked down, he realized he had no impact on the great mountain that was nearby. And so he wished one final time, make this my final wish, let me be the mountain. And his wish was again granted. He enjoyed that time. He felt powerful. He felt mighty. He felt majestic. But one day he realized he was trembling again. Because at the core of his heart, he could hear it. There was a miner picking away at his soul. Miner Huascar Signani. Cool. You know what I did? I put out some social media messages. I was trying to be clever, and since I realized we had musicians come on board, what if I could contact some of my Bolivian friends to come demonstrate or help me out with the dances and stuff? And I came close. One friend told me his grandfather lived in Napoli, but he passed away a while ago, and the family would move back to the U.S. So almost. But you know, you guys are pretty lucky. You know why? Because there happens to be another Bolivian on board. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna teach you guys a little bit of a rhythm called the cueca, because you're gonna have to carry the rhythm, because at one point I gotta go out and dance. And I won't be able to play the charango while I'm doing this dance. It's too difficult to do both at the same time. So here's a little practice, okay? There's sets of twos. They go like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Real good. Okay, so I'm gonna sing this song, and then there's a part where I start singing la 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 la. That's kind of like a Bolivian scat. You know, on jazz they do something. All of a sudden, they're not really singing words. It's called a scat. We have a kind of Bolivian scat. So when you see me la la la, I'll kind of gesture to you, and that's where you're gonna start doing this, okay? And then the song's gonna end, but I'm gonna ask you to continue that rhythm because in the second half of the song, I'm gonna come out and dance. Okay. I think I'll do it without the mic.
Una paloma tierna quiso hacer nido, quiso hacer nido. Una paloma tierna quiso hacer nido, quiso hacer nido. No te hagas pretenciosa porque eres linda, tu cara. ¿De qué sirve tan hermosa si tienes negra el alma? ¿De qué sirve tan hermosa si tienes negra tu alma? ¿Dónde te has ido, paloma mía? ¿Dónde está la constancia que me juraste aquel día? ¿Dónde está la constancia que me juraste aquel día? Ay, ra, 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 ¿dónde está la constancia que me juraste aquel día?
Very good. Awesome.
It's very rare for me to dance all that and sing at the same time. I was running out of breath.
Miriam seems to be doing fine.
She's in better shape than I am. All right. Okay. As a rest, I'm going to insert another story. Stories are a good part of our folklore too. Two friends meet at the river. And over there, in certain regions of Bolivia, you call your friend compita, which basically means my little friend, my buddy. Okay, so you see each other by the river, says, "Hola compita, ¿cómo te va?" "Hey buddy, how you doing?" And he answers, "I don't know, I'm not doing too well because I'm whistling every time I speak." "Oh, you don't sound too good. You know what? You need to go to the doctor. I know a really good doctor. Here's the address. Go see him tomorrow morning." Okay, that's exactly what I'll do. So he shows up at the doctor's office the next day. He walks in. You don't make appointments, you just show up. There's a receptionist there. Good afternoon, sir. I'm here to see the doctor. The receptionist answers, or the gentleman, is the receptionist gentleman says, please take a seat right here. Thank you. So waits a little bit. Okay, the doctor will see you now. Thank you. This way. Thank you. So he steps in to see the doctor and he says, good afternoon, doctor. How are you? I'm doing okay. How about you? Well, doc, I can't talk without whistling. I don't know what's wrong. Does it hurt here? No. Does it hurt over here? A little bit. Okay, I know exactly what you got. Here's some pills. Take one each day for the next 3 days, and you should be fine. Oh, thank you, Doc. Goodbye, Doc. See you later. That's the way out. See you, sir. Goodbye. Take care. So, a few days pass by. He's done. He's taking his pills. He's over by the river again. His friend shows up, and his friend tells him, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? How'd it go with the doc?" Not so well.
You put up with that all the time?
The special thing about a charango, by the way, I'm a member of the Bolivian Charango Society, and as such I should let you know that we have done a lot of research on the charango. We strongly believe that charango originated in Potosí in the 1500s. There are 3 pillars of proof that the charango was born in Bolivia, because several of the neighboring countries have charangos, but they only have one tuning. Bolivia, one of the pillars of proof is Bolivia has a multitude of tunings, a multitude of sizes, and different wood that they use. So that variety just shows what an interest and abundance there are in charango. Pillar of proof number 2, the majority of masters, Bolivian master level players, charango players, are in Bolivia. If you ever see other groups playing, they're probably playing Bolivian pieces, with the exception of a few things that are known for other places. But if you ask them, hey, who authored that song? If they take a little while to answer, it's probably because they're not too sure. But, of course, we're nationalists, we believe our stuff is always good. But, you know, everybody's like that. But the third pillar of proof is that in the Church of San Lorenzo has on it the oldest known engraving of a mermaid playing charango, engraved in 1578. There's no other documentation of anything that looks like the charango. So those things, we believe, indicate that Potosí was the birthplace of charango. At the time, Potosí flourished. There was a lot of silver in the mines in that area. Much of that silver came here to Europe, mostly to Spain. But we believe that's where the natives mimicked instruments like the vihuela and the Baroque guitar. They made their own out of an armadillo shell, and then eventually developed into different woods because they learned the better techniques of making wooden instruments. So one of the unique things about Bolivian charango players is they're good strummers, and we have certain songs that are designed for that. So I'm hoping you can help me out again. I'm going to teach you another clapping rhythm. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the curiosity is that the third one has kind of a little accent. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Try it with me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we gotta speed it up a little bit. So it's gonna sound like this. Ready? Try it. Ready? Yeah, that's it. Ready? Go. Try. You don't have to do it if you feel uncomfortable. Don't worry about it.
I'll carry the rhythm for you. So just a piece of the words. Real me chultiria. Even if you know Spanish, you might not understand that because it's part of the colloquialism, kind of intermixed with the Quechua language. Chultiria, say to the. I would toss myself, dive into the river for you. Te busco, no te encuentro. I've been looking for you and I can't find you. Y sin embargo, and even so, even I can't find you, I still love you. Alright, here's my little mini guitar. It's just a little travel guitar. I had no idea I'd be playing, but it's fun. You know, you take your instruments with you because you just love to play. You know, you take them with you. I pretty much take my charango everywhere with me, just in case I can get in a jam, jam session. It's like you ever ask someone to prove where they're from. In my old work, we used to ask people,
"Hey, where are you from?" And I remember a guy saying, "He's from Mexico." "Okay, can you sing the Mexican national anthem?" And he'd do it. He'd sing the Mexican national anthem. I remember this one guy, curiously, he was from Italy. His name is Ken Buscaino. Or at least he told us he was from Italy. So when we asked him to sing, "Hey, you got to prove you're from Italy. How you speak perfect English, but we don't hear you speaking Italian. Can you sing the Italian national anthem?" "Well, give me a chance. I'm gonna try. All right." "When the moon hits your eye." Yeah, we let it pass. Here's something, a curiosity. Bolivian music has its virtues. One pretty piece that gained a little popularity in recent decades is called "Llorando Se Fue." You may have heard it as another name. Let me play the other version you probably may have heard. Llorando se fue, no solo sin su amor. Llorando se fue, no solo sin su amor. It was a little lambada. It was kind of adapted by the Brazilians. They were clever to take that melody. They took it, they stole it from a group called Los Carcas. Well, Los Carcas were smart. They had registered it in Germany. And so they won their lawsuit. And Los Carcas went from an unknown band to a well-known band in South America because their melody became famous. Later on, we're talking about 2000s, not too long ago, there was a Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo did her version of it. She paid for an authorized version of it. Hers kind of went like this. She hummed the melody line. Your feet on the floor. Get your feet on the floor. I'm not going to totally her version because I wanted you to hear the Bolivian version. The Bolivian version had its merits. It's very pretty and it gained popularity among the youth. The youth had well before that taken for their own this folkloric dance of caporales. And it's a pretty neat dance where they dance like this. It has this double beat. Sometimes it's hard to teach people, but the youth of Bolivia had become enamored with it. We have giant troops of caporales. Ellen in Virginia can testify that she's probably seen parades of giant Bolivian groups dancing.
More Bolivians in Washington.
We've a large part of us have settled in the Washington D.C. and Virginia area. So it's something special. The Bolivians don't march in parades; they dance through parades. So let me at least play you a piece of what's called "Llorando Se Fue." She left crying. And she left me by myself without her love. She'll be alone, trying to remember the love that time cannot erase. Se fue y me dejó solo sin su amor. No se fue y me dejó solo sin su amor. Y ahora estará recordando este amor que un día no supo cuidar. Y ahora estará recordando el amor que un día no supo cuidar.
All right, I have one last piece to try. Thank you for dancing.
I'd like to thank you guys all. I'm going to play one last piece, so I'm closing right now. I just want to say that it's been beautiful to share some time with you guys. Thank you for sharing your life experiences. There's a true value to you telling me about your achievements, your travels, because I feel inspired by all of that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this time with me and my wife. Something special. We're learning something new every day. We're enjoying all the sights. And it's something beautiful. But for me, the most beautiful thing are the new friends that I made. So I'm gonna say goodbye, but I'm gonna say goodbye with a piece. I hope I can get it on this track. All right, it's a Beatles song, so I want to show you that as much as I am Bolivian, I'm pretty much very much American. So I wanted to end with a Beatles piece. I got jealous, so I turned itself off.
I give her all my love, that's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. I love her. She gives me everything, and tenderly the kiss my lover brings, she brings to me, and I love her. A love like ours could never die, as long as I have you near me. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky. I know this love of mine will never die, and I love her. Bright are the stars that shine, dark is the sky.